share my screen.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, first of all, very good afternoon to all for giving us the opportunity to present our work. I am Snehal Rajput from Pandit Deen Dayal Petroleum University, and these are my teammates, Professor Rupal Agrawal from Ahmedabad University, Mohendra Roy from Pandit Deen Dayal University, and Mehul Rao from Ahmedabad University. So on behalf of all the team members, I would like to present our work that is based on glioblastoma multiforme patient survival prediction. So let me begin with the introduction that GBM is the most common type of primary malignant brain tumor. And in case of the adult population, if we see that the GBM accounts for 60% of all the brain tumor. So most of the institutions follow WHO classification, and WHO has classified the brain tumor into different category based on their nature and behavior of the brain tissue. So we can see here that WHO has classified the GBM as grade 4 type of cancer, which means it is the most aggressive and diffusive nature. And also the GBM survival rate of the patient is very less, around 10 months. And this is because of the heterogeneity heterogeneity in the cell tissues, tumor tissues, and variability in the location, extent, shape, and unpredictable response to the different type of therapy. So for the survival prediction, segmentation of a brain tumor is necessary. So segmenting the brain tumor from the healthy cell into three different classes, which is whole tumor, tumor core, and enhancing tumor. Although our work focuses on the survival prediction rather than the segmentation, so our work aims to come up with the feature set that can give better result for the survival prediction and to develop a correlation among the feature set. So basically the problem is that we'll be segmenting the tumor from the healthy cell, and then extracting the handcrafted features, and then coming up with the feature set that can increase the performance of the survival rate. So we have used the standard BREDS data set, which is which the data set is a 3D MRI data set, which include training, validation, and test cases. So although we have not participated in the data set, the BRED competitions, we have access to the training and validation data set. So all the results that we have obtained is from the training and validation data set. And the result from the validation data set is obtained from the online evaluation platform that is available on the BREDS website. So moving on to the training data set, there are 369 cases of samples, which include high-grade glioma and low-grade glioma. Separate metadata is given for the survival prediction, which include age information about the patient, survival days, and resection status of patient. So out of 369 cases, survival prediction information is given for 236 cases. And for the competitions, we need to submit the result for the patient whose resection status is GTR, gross total status. So for that only, we have evaluated the survival prediction. So for validation data set, there is 125 sample for segmentation and 30 samples for survival prediction. So now each sample includes different modalities, that is T1 weighted, T2 weighted, T1 gadolinium, flare, and ground truth. So basically, this is a 3D data set with a dimension of width, height, and the channel is 240, 240 and 150. And there are three different classes. We can see here label 1 is tumor core, label 2 is edema, and label 4 enhancing tumor. So this is the methodology we have used. So this is the pipeline for the segmentation, and this is the pipeline for the survival prediction. So we for the survival for the segmentation, our work is mainly focused on the OS prediction methodology rather than segmentation. So for segmentation, we have used one of the top ranking method, that is no-new network. It is also known as Isensky model. So here we can see that it has the architecture of QNet with the encoder and decoder architecture. So with increase in the depth of the network, the encoder is able to extract deeper features, whereas the decoder is able to generate a segmentation map. So here we can see that here multiple segmentation map is aggregated to generate a segmentation of a tumor. So we have implemented the no-new network, and for that the validation score is 0.88. This is DISE-score for the validation data set is 0.880 for whole tumor, 0.858 for tumor curve, and 0.759 for enhancing tumor. So for the OS prediction, we have used two different prognosis method, that is image-based features extraction and radiomic-based feature extraction. So in image-based feature extractions, we have extracted features from the segmentation result that we have obtained from the segmentation task. So we have extracted volume of the ROI, that is whole tumor, tumor core, and enhancing tumor, as well as we have obtained the surface area of different ROI, and the age information. We have used the age information that is given with the data set. So we have included only 7 features to reduce the dimensionality, and to as we know that the training sample is very less, especially for the GTR resection status. So to reduce the dimensionality and to stop overfitting, to overcome overfitting, we have used very less feature. And then we have trained each prognosis method onto different predictor model. So 4 different type of predictor model we have used: ANN, linear regressor, and ensemble based learning called gradient boosting regressor, and random forest regressor. So there is another prognosis model we have used, that other than the image feature that we have extracted, we have extracted radiomic based features using PyRadiomic packages that is available. So we extracted different shape features, that is 22, gray level features 66, and first order statistical features 19. So total 107 features we have extracted and experimented with it. Similarly, we experimented with the dominant features after applying recursive feature elimination on this 107 features. So we come up with 20 features, and then again we trained each of this method onto all the predictor models. Then also we experiment with the shape features, which is 22 features. So let us see the result from the different prognosis model and different regressor model. So for the model image-based features, we have used 7 features. These are the regression models, the accuracy for the training and validation result. So we can see here the correlation is quite good, and the performance is also quite good. But after a certain point, the model's performance saturates, maybe one of the probable reason can be that the model was unable to learn complexity since the feature set is small. And with the radiomic feature based extraction, we found that since the training sample is very less and the numbers of feature dimension of features was very large, so it didn't perform well, although the correlation among the features was quite good for even validation data set also. So to reduce the dimension of the radiomic based features, we try to reduce the feature set to come up with the 20 dominant features after applying recursive feature elements. These are the feature set. These are the feature set, 20 feature set that we have used to train different regression model. So here we can see that this is the different regression model and this is the accuracy on training model, and this is the coefficient, Spearman correlation coefficient on the training data set, similarly on the validation data set. So here we found that the simple linear regressor with proper regularization and proper parameter tuning is able to give good result on validation data set, and even the correlation among the features is quite good compared to others. Similarly, we experiment with the shape features also. So like reviewing the shape based features, we found that there was a difference in the, there was a quite different statistical difference among the shape features, and we can say that it is able to capture the genetic anomalies. The shape feature is able to capture that. So using the shape features, these are the 22 shape features. We found that the assemble based learning is giving the quite good accuracy compared to some of the top performing models. So even the correlation is also good. So here the GBM has performed well on the shape based features comparative to the other regression models. So let me compare the OS prediction for our proposed model and the correlations. And these are the team name and their accuracy and the correlation of the top ranking models on the BREDS 2020 validation dataset. And this accuracy and result has been obtained from the leaderboard of the website of the BRED dataset. So here we can see that GBR model trained on the shape-based feature is giving good accuracy, and the correlation among the shape feature is also good. So in summary, we have evaluated two different feature set, that is image-based feature set and radiomic-based feature set, and we have trained over 4 different predictor: ANN, linear regressor, gradient boosting regressor, and random forest regressor. So image-based model is the image-based prognosis model perform well, but it saturate after some time, after a certain point of time, the accuracy has not improved. And the reason is that the model could not learn complexity because of the less number of feature set. And similar observation were made for the 107 features and 20 principal features and the regression combination. So we come up with the feature set, that is shape-based features have better correlation among the features, and this shape-based feature is able to predict the survival rate more accurately compared to others. And in terms of the model, we found that the assemble-based learning in assemble-based learning, gradient boosting regressor help us to develop to predict the survival rate more accurately. And comparing model will just say that assemble based learning is giving a robust result compared to other model. That's it from my side. Thank you for listening. And if you have a question, please ask me.
Thank you, Sanal. Thank you for the presentation. Let's see if we have questions. Please, if you have any questions, post them on the Q&A or in the chat. Well, I have a small, I wonder, what do you think about merging all the features, image-based and radiomic features together? Do you have intuition what can this do? Is it gonna make it better or even better than only shape-based features?
So we tried that also. We tried various other combination also, merging image features and then radiomic based features. And then we found that even for radiomic based features, there were only 107. So it was performing very poorly. And merging image based features and radiomic based features also, we found that the dimension space was quite big and the accuracy was suffering.
Okay, so with the shape features, in fact, it was reducing the performance, adding
Yes.
shape, adding other features that, including the shape features, reduces the performance.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.